For decades, fans of Alice in Chains have speculated about the relationship between Jerry Cantrell and the late Layne Staley. Rumors, half-truths, and stories circulated relentlessly, creating a haze of mystery around one of rock's most iconic duos. Layne Staley, with his haunting voice and tortured lyrics, became a symbol of both genius and tragedy, while Jerry Cantrell's masterful guitar work and songwriting provided the foundation for some of the band's most unforgettable music. Together, they created an indelible mark on the world of rock, but the personal story behind their collaboration remained largely untold. Now, at 58, Jerry Cantrell has finally opened up, confirming long-standing rumors that fans have debated for years. His revelation shed new light on his friendship and creative partnership with Staley, offering insights that go beyond the music and touch on the human side of a relationship forged under the pressures of fame, addiction, and personal struggle. For fans, this is not just a story about a band, it is a story about loyalty, tragedy, and the complex bonds that exist between people who share both triumphs and hardships. Jerry's confirmation is a turning point, providing clarity to decades of speculation while reminding the world of the profound impact Staley had on those around him. The news is as emotional as it is significant, revealing the unseen struggles and unwavering loyalty that defined their bond. For the millions who grew up listening to Alice in Chains, this revelation adds a deeply personal dimension to a story that has always been about raw emotion, haunting music, and the human cost of fame. Fans of Alice in Chains have speculated about the relationship between Jerry Cantrell and the late Layne Staley, wondering about the dynamics behind the music that defined a generation. Alice in Chains was not just a band, it was a force of raw emotion, blending haunting lyrics with powerful instrumentation. And at the heart of that sound was the connection between Cantrell's guitar and Staley's voice. Their music conveyed pain, struggle, and beauty in a way few bands could match. But behind the songs lay a complicated human story that remained largely hidden from the public. Jerry Cantrell, the band's lead guitarist and co-songwriter, has always been private about his personal life, especially when it comes to Staley. For decades, fans speculated about their friendship, with rumors ranging from creative tensions to deeper emotional bonds. These speculations were fueled by the intensity of their music and the tragic trajectory of Staley's life, whose battles with addiction ultimately led to his untimely death. Cantrell rarely commented on these rumors, letting the music speak for itself. But the mystery only intensified over the years, as fans sought to understand the human side of a man whose voice defined an era. Now, at 58, Jerry Cantrell has finally addressed these long-standing questions, confirming aspects of the rumors that fans have debated for years. His admission does more than satisfy curiosity. It humanizes the story of Alice in Chains, showing the deep loyalty, friendship, and emotional complexity that existed behind the scenes. Cantrell's words reveal a bond forged not just through music, but through shared struggles, triumphs, and the pressures of navigating fame and personal challenges. Fans now have a clearer picture of the camaraderie, trust, and even tension that shaped their iconic sound. Insiders note that the timing of Cantrell's revelation is significant. With the distance of years and the passage of time since Staley's death, he is able to reflect openly, honestly, and with the emotional clarity that was impossible in the immediate aftermath. The confirmation of these rumors provides closure to many fans who wondered about the true nature of their relationship. It also sheds light on the resilience and humanity of both men, emphasizing that their story was never simply about fame or music, it was about friendship, loyalty, and the struggles that accompany life under extraordinary circumstances. Cantrell's reflections also touch on the broader impact of their bond. He describes moments of inspiration, collaboration, and personal support that went unnoticed by the public, revealing a deeper side to their partnership. While Staley's voice carried the pain and beauty that defined Alice in Chains, Cantrell's guitar work, songwriting, and steadfast presence were a grounding force, a testament to a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding. The revelation highlights that behind every iconic performance was a personal story of loyalty, care, and the effort to support one another through difficult times. As Jerry Cantrell continued to open up, he revealed details that gave fans a deeper understanding of what life was really like behind the studio doors and dimly lit stages. He explained that the rumors surrounding Layne Staley's struggles were not exaggerated. If anything, the public only ever saw a fraction of what was happening. Cantrell admitted that he had spent years trying to protect Layne, both as a friend and as a creative partner, often carrying the emotional weight of the band during moments when Staley was too fragile to do so himself. This confirmation adds a heartbreaking depth to their story, showing just how much Cantrell internalized the responsibility of keeping the band together while watching someone he deeply cared about drift further into addiction. Cantrell described their friendship as one built on loyalty, respect, and an unspoken understanding. Even during difficult stretches, when Layne isolated himself or struggled to perform, Jerry never abandoned him. The rumors that Cantrell often acted as the glue holding the band in place were true. He stepped in when decisions needed to be made, supported Staley through his darker moments, and maintained hope long after others began to lose faith. This unwavering loyalty was something that fans sensed in the music, but hearing Cantrell confirm it brings clarity that is as emotional as it is revealing. He also addressed the speculation that their creative chemistry remained strong, even during the most challenging years. Cantrell confirmed that despite Layne's battles, when the two of them were in a room together, something extraordinary happened. Their musical connection seemed to override everything else. Layne could walk into the studio drained, withdrawn, and silent, but the moment he began to sing, the room transformed. Cantrell said these moments were bittersweet because they showed a glimpse of the Layne he knew before addiction took its toll. The rumors that Jerry often wrote with Layne in mind, even when Layne wasn't present, were also confirmed. Cantrell revealed that he would craft melodies and lyrics with the hope that one day Layne would return in full force to bring them to life. Perhaps the most emotional confirmation Jerry offered was the extent to which Layne's struggles affected him personally. He admitted that he felt powerless as he watched his friend fade away, unable to pull him back despite countless attempts. He spoke of long phone calls, late-night visits, and periods of silence that were almost unbearable. Cantrell revealed that there were moments when he feared the worst, but even then, he never stopped believing that Layne might someday recover. These revealed truths add a layer of tragedy to the story, as they show a man who carried not just the weight of a band, but the weight of a friendship he desperately wanted to save. Jerry's confirmation didn't just validate rumors, it reshaped the narrative. It made clear that behind the legendary sound of Alice in Chains were two men bound by something far stronger than fame. Their bond was filled with brilliance, pain, understanding, and an unwavering devotion that persisted even when life pulled them in different directions. As Jerry Cantrell continued reflecting on his memories of Layne Staley, he confirmed another long-circulating rumor, that the band's later years were marked by a heartbreaking distance neither of them truly wanted. Cantrell revealed that despite the emotional and physical space that grew between them, the bond they shared never faded. He explained that they weren't drifting apart because of conflict or resentment, but because Layne's struggles had reached a point where he withdrew from almost everyone. Jerry admitted that he tried repeatedly to reach him, sometimes driving across town late at night just to knock on Layne's door, hoping he would open it. He said that even when Layne barely spoke or couldn't bring himself to step outside, the connection between them remained intact in a way that only lifelong friends could understand. Cantrell also confirmed the rumors that the band had an unspoken agreement to work around Layne's declining health during the final years. He revealed that they would quietly adjust schedules, studio sessions, and travel plans, trying to make things easier for him without making him feel pressured. According to Jerry, they believed that if they could simply keep Layne involved in any way, whether through recording vocals at home or allowing long breaks between sessions, it might give him something to hold on to. The band never publicly acknowledged these struggles at the time, adding weight to Cantrell's confirmation that their silence was meant to protect Layne, not mislead fans. He also shed light on the emotional strain he carried during that period. Cantrell admitted that there were times when he felt torn between preserving the band's future and safeguarding Layne's fragile well-being. He explained that the rumors claiming he took on the role of caretaker, friend, and creative leader simultaneously were true, and that the burden of trying to keep everything steady took a silent toll on him. Jerry confessed that he would often write music late into the night, hoping that someday Layne would return to the studio with the spark he once had. Many of these songs, he revealed, were written as messages Layne might never hear, emotional letters set to melody. Another long-standing fan theory was also confirmed, that Layne's decline was one of the reasons. Jerry retreated from the spotlight after the band paused. Cantrell admitted that he needed time to heal, to process the grief he felt even before Layne passed away. He described it as mourning someone who was still alive, knowing that the person he loved was slipping away a little more each day. These emotional truths, now openly acknowledged, reveal the depth of Jerry's internal battle and the love he had for his friend. Cantrell went on to clear up speculation about their final conversations. While he didn't share every detail, he confirmed that there was no anger, no unresolved bitterness, and no argument between them. Instead, their last interactions were quiet but meaningful, filled with a mix of sadness and unspoken affection. Jerry revealed that they both knew their time together, at least in the way it used to be, was coming to an end, but they held onto the bond they had built through years of creating music that touched millions. These revelations show that the story behind the rumors was far more emotional and human than fans ever imagined. Rather than drama or conflict, it was a story of loyalty, decline, and the painful reality of watching someone you love struggle beyond your ability to help. By confirming these long-held suspicions, Cantrell has given fans a deeper understanding of both the man Layne was and the friend Jerry tried so hard to protect. Jerry Cantrell's final reflections brought clarity to one of the most painful aspects of the entire story: the aftermath of Layne Staley's passing and the unanswered questions fans carried for decades. One of the biggest rumors surrounding Cantrell was that he felt a deep sense of guilt after Layne's death, believing he could have done more. For years, fans sensed this weight in his music, but hearing Jerry confirm it added a heartbreaking dimension to their history. He admitted that in the months following Layne's passing, he found himself replaying old conversations, moments where he wished he had pushed harder, stayed longer, or intervened differently. Cantrell said that while he logically understood addiction's power, emotionally it was much harder to accept that he couldn't save his closest friend. Cantrell also addressed the speculation about how Layne's passing affected Alice in Chains' future. Many believed that Jerry refused to move forward out of loyalty to Layne, and Jerry confirmed that the rumor was true. He revealed that he stepped away for a long period because the band didn't feel whole without Layne's voice and presence. Cantrell explained that even when he began writing music again, it felt as if Layne's absence was a missing piece he couldn't replace. The grief, he said, wasn't something that faded quickly. It reshaped his outlook on life, music, and the friendships he held dear. He confirmed another widely discussed rumor, that several songs written after Layne's passing were, in fact, tributes to him. Cantrell explained that the lyrics reflected his grief, memories, and the emotional toll of losing someone who had been both a creative partner and a brother-like figure. While he didn't name specific songs, he acknowledged that fans were right to sense Layne's presence woven through much of his later work. These songs weren't just expressions of pain, they were a way for Cantrell to stay connected to Layne, honoring their bond through the one thing that had always grounded them: music. Cantrell further revealed that the process of rebuilding Alice in Chains with a new vocalist was far more emotional than the public realized. He confirmed that he hesitated for years, fearing that fans would misunderstand his intentions or feel that he was replacing Layne. But eventually, he came to understand that continuing the band didn't diminish Layne's memory. Instead, it kept their shared legacy alive. Jerry said that moving forward wasn't about filling Layne's role, but about preserving the music they created together while allowing himself to heal. He also confirmed a rumor that many fans suspected but never fully believed, that even after all these years, he still feels Layne's influence every time he steps onto a stage. Cantrell explained that during performances of older songs, he often imagines Layne's voice blending with his, the way it did during their early days. He described it as both comforting and painful, a reminder of the beauty they created together and the tragedy of what was lost. This emotional confession underscored the depth of their connection and showed that Layne remains a permanent part of Cantrell's life, both personally and artistically. Perhaps the most touching confirmation came when Cantrell spoke about what he hoped fans would take away from their story. He revealed that he didn't want people to focus solely on the tragedy of Layne's final years, but to remember the vibrant, talented, and deeply compassionate man he knew. Cantrell emphasized that Layne was more than the struggles that consumed him. He was a brilliant artist, a loyal friend, and someone who brought profound beauty into the world through his music. By confirming these long-standing rumors, Jerry Cantrell finally gave fans the closure they had waited for. His honesty paints a picture of friendship marked by loyalty, heartbreak, and an unbreakable emotional bond. Their story, while tragic, is also one of immense love and respect, something that continues to echo through every song they created and every memory fans hold dear.